I mean, there's always there's always the opportunity to play, and go block somebody. That's probably the biggest opportunity that we have. Every play, you always get an opportunity to block somebody. So that's probably, that's what I'm playing for, and I'm playing for Coach Burnett and Coach Ferentz and the guys. So there's always opportunity every Saturday. Even if we're 1-8 or whatever.
Sounds like
somebody.
Still a ton of buy-in. What does that buy-in look like from you guys this week, just after a loss like that?
Yeah, just effort and practice. Guys hustling, guys hitting. It's not this rah-rah stuff that it's fake tough. It's hitting and doing the work. So that's what you want to see.
What do you mean by fake tough?
Usually the guys that scream the most. I'm trying to think how to say this.
Performative?
Usually not the best.
Okay.
We'll say it like that. So.
Okay.
So how do you, it was pretty much an aberration in terms of how Iowa's rushing game performed for most of the game against Michigan State. Was that something that the Spartans were doing particularly well, or do you think that you guys had your typical amount of effort going into that game?
Just maybe a couple execution things, and then, just kind of, I don't know. They brought a lot of guys up in the box, so just kind of playing, working with that, I guess, within the run game.
Was it particularly difficult for you to execute your game, when you were going up against them? Do you think that you had a pretty good game against them?
There's definitely a lot of things that I still need to work on, within, setting my spot and getting my hands inside on some of the pass plays, so.
Yeah. And then Ellsbury, obviously got the start, and you guys have a ton of trust in him. Do you think that he, did his job well against Michigan?
I think he did a really good job. I think he did a great job of stepping up, especially he worked hard in practice today, he always does, and he's always well prepared for things. I can always shoot questions off of him, so,
yeah.
I live with him, so I can always ask him whatever I want, which is really nice.
Pretty easy.
So,
any particular challenges that Northwestern is posing to you guys?
They have a really tough defensive front. They all play hard, the whole defense, and they're coached well. Their linebackers move on a string, which is good defense. So just going to have to play fundamentally sound. So.
And it seems like teams have really attacked the edges of Iowa's offensive line this year, trying to, create mismatches on the outside, trying to get a free blocker. Is that something that you guys are trying to be more proactive about for the rest of the season, understanding that that's coming?
Sure. It would just kind of, I kind of know what you're talking about. It would just depend kind of on the play and who's responsible for who, whether that's a Mike wrapping around, and the end comes inside, then I'm coming after the Mike, or if it's a corner blitz or something, who's got him. So,
yeah, awesome. Thanks, Jennings.
Yep.
How do you feel like you've been playing this year? Seems like you're playing pretty well.
I feel like I've been doing okay. I still got a lot of stuff to work on. I just don't think I don't think I played my best game yet. I know I haven't, so just work on the little things every day,
You were talking about leadership earlier. How important is it for you guys? Have a lot of young guys that are on the line. They're going to be probably playing next year.
Yep.
Yep. How important is it for you to, demonstrate what, coming back from a loss looks like this week?
I think it's really important, because that kind of stuff's going to happen when you compete in anything, and. Yeah. The older guys aren't always going to be there, so someday those young guys are going to be the older guys, so they got to pay attention now and listen well, which they do most of the time. So, they're still young kids, so especially the youngest kids. So,
okay, so somebody pointed this out to me on tape, but I could be wrong. But you don't tape your hands or anything like that for games. That's seems so unusual for a tackle.
Sure.
Why is that?
I just think it helps me with my hands better, and then some guys wear that stuff for protection, but I don't really care if my fingers get messed up. I just don't. As long as they work. So.
You've not had an issue with it?
I broke my pinky last year, and it's still crooked. Okay. I don't, whatever.
You just don't like
flex,
it.
I hate wearing gloves.
Okay.
Wonky fingers are basically trophies for football players,
and they
right?
look pretty sweet. Yeah.
Thanks, Jen.
Yeah.